You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Once again, I took the day and I'm reading too much. And now I'm overwhelmed. 833-212-1017 is the number. I have a simple question today. Well, I think it's simple. Why we as human beings can't stop racism? Like, why can't we stop it? I don't understand why. I mean, I'm not trying to get into the fact that people believe because, well, let me stop. It's my show, so I'm only going to get into what I believe. Tired of people complaining about white people have too much power and white people have too much money. And racism is a personal decision you make. And I'm rejecting the fact that people say that black people can't be racist. I think that's idiotic. We don't have the power. We don't have well, if you keep thinking of yourself as negative, thinking of yourself of not having any power, thinking of yourself as not having enough money, well, that takes me back to the old adage of if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. So if you think you are or you think you are not, you're right. But I still don't understand why in America, in today, 2023, we as human beings cannot stop racism. And so I take a look at America, right? It's good and it's bad. It has ups and downs. But let's look at it like this. Number one, America is still the most desired place to live in the world. All you got to do is look at the requests people make to come into the country, the requests people make, or when they don't make a request, they just walk across the border in Mexico, right? Most desirous place in the world to be. And with this current administration, they pretty much give you everything. Well, let me rephrase that. This administration gives you more if you're not a citizen than you actually get if you are a citizen. How you can live in Milwaukee in poverty and struggle to live homeless, and someone who doesn't even pay taxes, never paid taxes, was never born here, can come on a bus and stay in a hotel? That's bizarre to me, but I digress. Number two, capitalism trumps every other form of monetary policy in the world. This is the only place where you can come and make money legally, and sometimes illegally, but capitalism. Now, there's a phrase that goes along with capitalism, and it talks about all things being equal. And that's what we have to work towards. Then at that point, might not care if you're racist. But again, number three, our ingenuity in America has created all of the technology that we know of today in the world. Think about that. I just find it interesting that in a country like America, as quote unquote progressive as it is, as forward thinking as it is, still holding on to certain traditions that has gotten us where we are today. We still have war. We still have poverty. We still have homelessness. We still have human trafficking. And we have racism. You would think out of all the things in this, racism would be the easiest thing to fix. It's not permanent. None of them are. War is not permanent. Poverty is not permanent. Homelessness, not permanent. Human trafficking, not permanent. Racism, since biblical times, seems to have drug humanity down a dark path. But then I started to think back, well, wait a minute. We're ingenious. We're capitalists. We're the most desired place in the world. We have enough people in America. At least one should be able to figure out how to stop racism. But then again, I had to think back. We're talking about being ingenious and capitalist and desirable enough to actually create hand sanitizer that kills not one or two, but 99.9% of germs. But we can't figure out how to kill racism, or we won't.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas, the effective communication coach. And ladies, it is time to put me over we and